I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir. Welcome to another marvelous episode of Overreaction Monday. I am the governor of college football, and with me is a guy that needs no introduction, the mayor of college football, Downtown Nino Brown. My statement of the week, Nino, is we are not worthy. These crazy weeks of college football that we're just getting week after week after week. Like this weekend, I've never tweeted so much during college football because there was so much going on. It's like I'm here. Like, and if you missed the miracle in Philadelphia, you missed one of the best plays of the entire weekend with on 4th and 1, Blake Horvath going 50 yards and just, yeah, this game's not over. He looked confident the entire time, by the way, and Timberhead looked like they had won the game.
And then they went for 2 to win it.
Yeah, right,
bruh. Come on, that dude's got ice water in his veins.
He does, man. And you know, as we get to travel and do these media day events, and we got to meet him and stand-up guy he is. Also, the linebacker Landon, I always forget his last name. We met his mom. His mom gave us a goat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just know these players and to see them perform on Saturday, that's exciting. What was your favorite moment from this past weekend before we get into tonight's show?
Man, there was a lot of moments.
There was a lot of moments.
The catch, seeing Indiana beat Oregon, but the catch that kid made in the fourth quarter, I can't think of his name right now, but the Indiana's helmet came off. Like,
yeah,
kind of seeing the Google me moment for Kurt Cincinnati coming to fruition. Like, yo, it was, yeah, you guys made me look like last year. I had to eat crow. You know,
right.
He believed in his program, and they just were. He was just a little bit ahead of where they would be. Right, this is what he thought they would have been last year.
You don't eat crow much, bro. I've eaten a lot of crow this year. It's pretty disgusting. You don't eat crow much, bro.
I do. I'll tell you what. When I do, it's really bad, like a Will Levis. But I'll tell you what, if Will Levis goes to the 49ers, you're about to see.
Right. I mean, but that's the thing, and that's why I like about everybody at CFB Nation. Not only do we make our predictions, we'll stick to our predictions. We'll own it when we have a bad one, and even after it's bad, we'll still stick to it. And that's what I like a lot.
I still thought Clemson should be there. You know, I still think they have talent to be there.
Right.
They're not going to be there.
Right. It's like we stick to it 100%. So we had a lot that happened over the weekend. I was calling this past Sunday Black Sunday, you know, reminiscent of Black Tuesday from 1929. Really a dark day across college football. 3 coaches went. We had James Franklin at Penn State, which we'll talk a little bit more about. You know, we know about this loss this past weekend. We know about the 4-21 record and AP top 10 teams. We know about the 1-10 record versus ranked opponents in the Big Ten. Trent Bray also lost his job at Oregon State, started 0-7. The program's worst start since 1991 and 5-14 overall since replacing Jonathan Smith. But we figured with them deciding to say, hey, we're going to take the path like chosen. We're going to ride out with this Pac-12. And even though we were once a power program, when we come back and be a part of the illustrious G6, you kind of figured that they were going to lose some action there. That's why I was completely surprised Malik Murphy decided to go there. And then Trent Dilfer lost his job at UAB. That's no surprise. I think they lost 3 straight games, 2-4, 9-21 during his time there. And the thing about Trent Dilfer is he's not the biggest people's person. Like, he just calls it like it is. He's like that 100%. I don't walk on eggshells when I'm around a lot of people. He was one of those wiry people that I completely walked on eggshells with. We didn't end up interviewing him. Kind of happy about that.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you know, our name carries so much stake, and I know how I am. You know what I'm saying? You say the wrong thing, I don't know how to argue correctly in person.
You see it on my face.
Yeah. I'm gonna know how to swing. So a lot there. Let's talk about this coaches carousel. A lot to talk about. We can even handle both of these topics at the same time. What do you feel about Penn State? Anybody you deem that is qualified to take over that spot? And then also, these other spots, are these spots that people value? Or are these spots you think people are not really interested in?
Well, I'll leave Penn State to the side for a second.
Okay.
Trent Dilfer, you didn't do anything you said you were going to do.
Right. That's a fact.
And you kind of took it as like a joke. You are, to me, the Doug Gottlieb of college football.
Wow, I like that.
You took your celebrityism and your past, you know, although Gottlieb didn't really play sports previously at a high level, but you took your celebrityism and what they took as, you know, maybe as something to draw in talent, and it didn't work. and it failed miserably. I mean, Gottlieb lost like 12 games in a row, and UAB continuously fell flat on their face last year. This year they were a little bit more competitive in games, but when I felt like he didn't even take it seriously. When you're bringing your grandson up there and saying, well, this ain't Alabama. Well, yeah, you're supposed to treat it like it's Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you don't get to Alabama by treating it like this, and then whatever it was, whether it was a birthday, unless someone's having a family emergency, you're not FaceTiming people on the sideline while you're coaching.
Right.
You just don't do it. That doesn't show kids, that you're serious. It's not the do as I say, not as I do. You ain't their dad, bro. And
100%.
you have to lead by example, and you're supposed to be the guy that they all look to. So I think that firing was, needed, maybe a little bit late, but was needed. Names for that. Bill Clark not coming back, so let's not go that route. But
Right.
a guy that maybe doesn't get as much buzz as his predecessors at the school he's at, because it seems as though the last three, going back to TJ Connie, probably 4 coaches or assistant coaches at Incarnate Ward have had success. I mean, and excuse me, Clint, is it Kiloof? This year isn't as good as he would like, 2-4. But last year they won the championship. They were 11-0. So like Incarnate Ward. So I think Clint Kiloof could be a guy that maybe UAB looks at. Another name, he was a college coach. And he's had success at the USFL, but I think this might be a time where he might be getting the itch to return. And Skip Holtz, I think, would be a guy that UAB might want to look at. And
I'm mad at it.
A guy lost his job that I think this might be a good kind of bounce back. Brett Pry.
Oh, okay.
I think this is let me just kind of.
Yeah,
I got a job. The pressure's not all there.
He's recruited in that area before.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant. I like that one.
So I like those guys there. As far as Oregon State, I felt bad for him because I felt like he could have bounced. He had a good defense that last season before Jonathan Smith left to go to Michigan State. They had a good defense. They had a linebacker. I can't think of his name right now, but I want to say that he went late in the draft. Kind of like a 80-plus tackle guy. They promoted him because nobody wanted to be there. It was a dumpster fire left with nothing. He was able to get a Malik Murphy over there, right? And a guy and got his feet wet. And I don't know that it was so much his fault than it was the powers that be. What did they do in the portal? What is their recruiting class rank? Got to be in the bottom quarter of 132 teams. So he feels like a Brian Harsin to me. He was their scapegoat.
I like
they
that.
did very little for that team, for the football program in the past 2 seasons when I think Jonathan Smith leaving was kind of like a blind spot for them. They weren't expecting that, which unfortunately in this day and age, you should be ready for anything as a program. And I think he kind of took the fall for it. Granted, the product was not good by any means, but you were stripped down and you took a job, kind of by default, and you stood there when you could have kind of left last year and said, I could go be a DC somewhere else and not have to worry about this. And you stuck it out for the Beavers. And
let me ask you this: is it too soon to think about going to get a guy like a Jerry Neuheisel? I'm not sure if he will leave UCLA.
I saw a video in 2013. Okay, 2013. What was he? A freshman?
Yeah.
UCLA.
He hasn't aged at all, by the way.
And he said, I want to be a coach at this school. So if you guys will have me in 8 to 10 years, this is probably the crazy thought. I want to coach this football team.
Right. He says he loves the program so much.
He's Kenny Dillingham 2.0, bro. He ain't going anywhere. This is in his blood.
For the right money?
I just don't think
he'll leave.
Like, and the fact that you have to have people at UCLA keep going and saying that this is what's his face's team. He's the interim coach for now.
Right.
For now. If homeboy keeps doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
How would you deny that?
I saw a couple things on Twitter about like why it was like Jerry Neuhaus isn't even a coach, why it's all media. I'm like, you guys don't understand what we saw. There's a guy that I love in Tino Sinceri. Man, as a player at Pitt when he was a quarterback, I love the passing game that he brought to Indiana. They've been better this year without him. So to see him fail And then Jerry Neuheisel got 2 days to put a game plan together. Back-to-back weeks, they're scoring points. This is why he's the story. Why don't people understand that? Like,
he's unlocked. Nico
his own
nobody
team,
could.
His own players lifted him up off the field. We saw that with my dog. But was is it Buddy Ryan? What's that name?
Yeah,
Buddy Ryan. The Bears lifted him off the field, and they didn't even lift. Was it Mike Dicker, who was a head coach at the time?
Right.
So yeah, I don't get why that's a discussion. I got a couple of thoughts. Jalen Kitna, John Kitna's kid. Kid is legit 6'3", 6'4". Stats aren't terrible this year. I wonder what happens with him at UAB this year. And then my second thought is, why don't they go get a guy like Mike Jacobs for Mercer? Mercer's playing outstanding. I think he's one of the top 25 FCS coaches and probably in the top 10 in my opinion. They're currently 5-1 right now. I believe they finished in the FCS top 25 a season ago. They started this season in the FCS top 25. And I'm so mad that we didn't go. I think Mercer was playing. I forgot who they was playing. A great game. It was the FCS kickoff, and we had the option to go there or go to Atlanta. I'm so mad we didn't get the opportunity to go, but I will go get a guy like Mike Jacobs for that UAB job. This Oregon State job is difficult, though, because I don't deem it as a hotbed. Now, it's a lot of talent out there. You could definitely get talent there, but with them essentially going to be playing a G6 schedule, and even though we've seen a renaissance in a G6. How about the American now, Brian? I know we had that discussion before.
I got another guy.
Where you at?
I think he can line up. We were talking about Conference USA just in the green room beforehand. And what he's done with Jacob Clark at quarterback. I mean, the kid's he got 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, but pretty accurate, 66%, 1,200 yards. Ryan Beard, Missouri State head coach.
Outstanding job year one.
Last year, right? Like I think they won 8 or 9 games last season. I think they're 3-3 this year. They're right in the thick of it, the conference.
And this is their first year in the FBS
at this level. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so that would definitely be a great hire, in my opinion. Now, especially for a transition, them transitioning. They're still in the Pac-12, but they're playing a core Pac-12 schedule.
The big names. Now let's talk about the big job. I hate James Franklin, and you know that.
Yeah, we're right there together.
But for $49 million, the second largest buyout since Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M, I'm pretty sure, right? Because that was 70.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then what did Scott Frost get? I don't think he got quite as much as those guys got.
I think he was somewhere in like might have been in 30 or 28. Something.
Yeah. But Jimbo Fisher buyout was crazy. Like he's still living off of that.
This dude's making $15 a minute. Damn. $913 an hour to not coach right now.
That's a stat.
Now, the GM came out and said this statement of he knew the week prior, but he needed to think about it. I'm going to call Cap because I've been doing a little research.
Adidas?
Oh, yeah. When you're a play away, check that, 3 minutes away from probably being the number 2 seed in the country, and then 3 weeks later, you're fired. We heard a few years ago that Jimbo Fisher buyout was never going to happen. That when the dumpster fire begins, the powers that be.
Yeah, the brats will find it. They will find the money.
Adidas, go there, big money. We'll figure it out. Because unfortunately, as much as I don't like this guy, as much as he is terrible when it comes to the games that matter, 4-15 against Michigan, Ohio State, both who have won national championships.
That's embarrassing.
3-16 against the top 10, 1-12 against the top 5 teams. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, all your wins came against teams that aren't good, that don't matter. Right. But yet they put him on a pedestal. I never understood it. I don't know if this was the right idea, because now only if the truth of what I'm reading is correct. If Adidas put the pressure on and said, we'll pay the buyout, baby, this is cakewalk.
Right.
We got no problems because I still got money to go get next year's guy. I still got money to play in the NIL pool. I still got money to recruit. But if Adidas ain't the guy paying the pot, This should set your franchise back probably 7 years.
Wow.
Because where are you coming up with the money? Yes, I know it's not a $50 million lump sum. No, I know. I just told you that he gets paid $15 per second. Okay, that's $50 million. That's got to come out of somewhere, and it comes out of that NIL pot or that TV money, but it's probably already counted for in your NIL bids.
Right.
So, and who do you go get now? You got to go spend another 50, because if they're saying what everybody said, Matt Rule, you gotta pay 50 or more to pull him out of Nebraska. What he's got going on there, because 50 for him, it's another 6 or 7 for Dylan.
I don't think he leaves.
I don't think he leaves either, at all.
He's got respect here. He does what he wants to do. Like, he has his own podcast. Like, why would he leave?
Do you go and tuck it between your legs and say, Manny, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Manny. We went 2 other routes defensively. You were doing the right thing.
Yeah.
If we would have just stood by you right now, you'd be the interim head coach right now. Like, it speaks volumes that Jim Knowles is not the interim head coach, and the DB coach is the interim head coach.
Right.
What?
That says a lot. That says
Speak
an awful
to me,
lot.
please.
Right.
I think that they have to go with an offensive-minded coach, because I don't think the defense is a problem.
I think the interim tag was to let that person know you will not be our coach next year. I think they probably have a little bit more respect for Jim Knowles to not even put him in that position, because there's no way you're the coach next year.
Who's good? I know, but right now, this is a pivotal moment in your season where it's like, do I keep the recruits and these kids that aren't going to the NFL by making the right move? They probably respect Jim Knowles a little bit more than they respect. I don't know the gentleman's name.
I think they're seeing the season as a wash, bro.
And that's terrible, because a lot of these kids, like, you lost your quarterback to a season-ending injury. Your coach can't figure out which running back he's supposed to play. Right? You went out and got this kid.
That's a great point, Brian.
You went out and got this kid in the portal that they said was supposed to be the best Penn State wide receiver since Plaxico Burress. I mean, not Plaxico. I'm sorry. That's just since hold on. I can't remember, because they haven't had a stud wide receiver in how long?
It's been a long time. I think Jahan Dotson was probably the last.
And he's the last guy that 3. He's a 3 in the NFL right now.
NFL for sure.
So it's been a minute, and he's not even the third best wide receiver on your team. So I think you have to go offense, and for some reason, no, it's not Matt Rule.
No, I don't see that coming.
I think it's the guy out in Eugene that it's time.
Will Stein?
I think Will Stein gets that call. And I think I think it's going to hold a little bit of weight, to be totally honest with you, because this is his moment to go to a big school. Everybody's, Brian Hotline, but I think there's a reason why Brian Hotline hasn't been given the offensive coordinator or head coaching job at all. Like, his own school took him how many years before they gave him that role?
Right. They and he's
how's that offense look this year compared to previous seasons? Yes, saying looks good, but I'm taking as offense as a whole.
Yeah.
When you talk about Ohio State right now,
they're defense. They're defense oriented.
Thank you. Right? Like last year, you were like, damn, Jeremiah Smith. Damn, 2 explosive running backs. The Chip Kelly effect. And then it changes. So that's why I believe offense. Now, my 2 curveballs are they may go after your guy.
I heard that.
Because he's so quarterback friendly.
Yeah. Joe Brady?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that.
But my curveball, he runs a tight ship. They know how to run the ball. And over the past, no. That's the easy one. That's what everybody's talking about. I'm talking about a guy me and you said should just shut the hell up, because when he opens his mouth, he's terrible. But when he coaches football, he gets them goddamn Gophers to play ball.
That's an interesting one.
He plays Penn State well.
That's a fact.
They have good defense. That front line, that front 7, those linebackers always play well for Minnesota. I think last year we saw a guy come late to the Senior Bowl, get drafted, and performing this year in the NFL.
Mhm.
PJ Fleck, I think it might be time for PJ Fleck to kind of take that step. He's had success. No, he's not winning national championships in Minnesota, and no, he's not contending for Big Ten titles. But I don't think Minnesota's got the
The
bag to be able to
resources,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah, the
No,
resources aren't plentiful
but
at all.
I think he's overachieved for the
I agree with that.
resources and the
Mhm.
talent that he's had. I think Drake Lindsey is going to be a top tier quarterback. All said and done in like 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
Darius Taylor, when he gets healthy, is a premier back in college football. They continuously are right there in bowl games, right? And every
Mhm.
Big Ten game, they're not really getting blown out.
Right.
They may
I
lose.
agree with that. They're
They may
competitive.
lose them
They're
at the
super
end.
competitive. Mhm.
The score is indicative to what the actual outcome of the game was, right? They may lose
Mhm.
it and lose by 2 scores at the end, but for three and a half quarters, they're in tight games when it comes to Big Ten. So I feel like PJ Fleck is the name that you kind of have to take consideration.
Will Lincoln Riley leave SoCal?
I don't know if Lincoln Riley's built for
Mhm.
that style. I know they're in the Big Ten, but I just don't
Mhm.
know if he's built for that style of program.
Mhm. I think it'd be interesting if they
But that's
made a
$50
move for
million,
him.
right?
Right. Yeah, it's money.
There's a
I'm
$100
not,
million turnaround on a coach.
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if his family will want to leave the beautiful city of Los Angeles. It'd be interesting to find out what they end up doing. But I think the best move, the smartest move, will be Will Stein because he already knows how to.
About Eli.
Huh?
About Eli.
Eli Drinkowitz.
I just think he's doing so much and having so much success in the
Mhm.
SEC that
Mhm.
him leaving. But if he can get
money talks. Money talks. He will go to Penn
yeah.
State. He will go to Penn State.
Here's my problem with Penn State right now.
Mhm.
What do you got left to walk into?
Right.
Both your running backs are leaving.
Mhm.
You have a JV wide receiver core.
Oh, for sure. And it's been like that.
Al is gone, and he's gone, and he's hurt. So, like, you get nothing. Like, Pro Bill's in Mizzou. He left. Was it Jackson Smolik is what you got left to look forward to as the backup quarterback?
Oh, yeah, you have to hit the portal immediately. You have to get
look
you
at all these people that have gone to new teams that have to rely on the portal to have success in their first year. I don't know, man. As much as Penn State looks like the cushy position, I don't really know how cushy it really is.
Right.
You have to have an established coach, right? Who can bring their Louis luggage. And I don't know how many there are that aren't going to cost you just as much as it costs you to get rid of James Franklin. Now you're looking at $100 million investment that you're not going to want to wait too long on. And how many of these $50 million hiccups can you have before we get back to my original statement? This is going to set you back 5 to 7 years as a program.
Wow. Yeah, they're going to have to be very creative.
Got to be the home run.
I think it's got to be a coach plus quarterback type move to have interim success.
Matt Rule, I don't think is one of them. Matt Rule's wife has her own business that she's had started off from the ground up out in Nebraska. That you're just going to leave wifey?
Yeah, and Raiola is not leaving. I mean, he deep rooted with Lincoln. Like he ain't leaving.
No.
With what do you say? With Penn State coaching position ain't as golden as it used to be. I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not the. I don't know, man.
The hire has to be home run.
It has to. It has to. But who's the homer?
Who's the homer? I don't think you have many. You don't have many options. I believe if you go get a guy like Will Stein, that's a homer. Or if you can get a guy who's doing a damn good job, like a Matt Rule, to come with Nebraska and Dylan somehow follows him. I don't logistically see that happening. I don't. I think Marcus Freeman will be a homer with that fan base.
That's a lot, man.
Rule not a homer, he a double. That's funny, man. With no NIL, coach at Penn State will be like behind the talent pool. It's going to have to be somebody with some pull, and that's ready to go there.
They're going to have to bring in guys like Trace McSorley and Christian Hackenberg and guys like that,
People to
bring
come back
them
in.
in to make get input in the decision that for the better interest of the team. Kind of like how Bruce Arians is working with Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, and I love that he's working with them.
We're gonna figure something out because it's got to be a hit. You have to at least got to get yourself to third.
Right.
Cignetti's not the one. I just don't see him leaving Indiana with what he's built there.
And that's why they gave him an extension early. But I mean, money talks. But money talks. We could be sitting here having a different discussion.
But what's his money right now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, his let me see. I can search that real quick. Let's see. So yeah, he's getting a base competition with the new contract of $8 million per year, receives an additional $1 million retention bonus.
So what did they bump? What would they bump him at Penn State to 10 a year?
Yeah, I think that's what the highest coach in the country is getting paid right now, about 10 or 11 million a year.
There better be some way more incentives for all of that to happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he leaves. Yeah, I don't think there might be a such thing as a homer pick. What Brian say, whoever it is, I guarantee will be surprised when the position is filled. I agree with that 100%. Would they take a flyer on another Vandy coach? And Clark Lee.
Maybe. Why won't you? If you're going to take a flyer, why don't you take a flyer on a guy at Georgia Tech?
Yeah. I don't think he's leaving though.
I think he'd make way more money at Penn State.
Oh no, he make way more money, but I think it's like the Kenny Dillingham thing. Like he played at Georgia Tech. Like he loves Georgia Tech, but the resources ain't plentiful down there. So, at the end of the day, wifey might say, "Hey man, go get that money." You might not be coaching at Georgia Tech forever. Go get that money while you can.
Right.
So that's that's interesting. Let's go ahead and get into our next story. Who's your top 5 teams in college football, Nino?
Miami.
Okay. Number 1?
Yeah, because I feel like they have more ranked wins that count, more weighted wins than Ohio
State. I think that's fair.
We go Miami, Indiana.
Okay.
Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
A&M.
Okay.
And this one's probably goes against everybody else. Texas Tech.
Oh no! I was just talking about Texas Tech in the green room, and I talked to Moon and Jalen about Texas Tech early because I was doing a film study because I told you we want to do a breakdown of their defense. I'm with you with Texas Tech. Did Ole Miss scare you this past weekend? I thought that would have been a great recruit tape for them. Go ahead, bring a bunch of recruits in.
Yeah,
playing Washington State. Yeah. That's embarrassing. That was supposed to be one of them. Yeah, it's supposed to be one of them games after that. Recruits are like, I don't want to go anywhere but in Oxford. I want to play for Ole Miss. But after that game, I'm going to my other visits and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I gotta take another one for me to come back,
I think it's hard to argue with your list. That hurricane train is real. And I'm the last person I want to admit that Miami, how good they are. But that hurricane train is so real. It really is. They play with so much balance, and not just balance where their defense is good, their offense is good. Like they have the ability to play physical, win the war of attrition on the line of scrimmage. They can also pass the rock. Carson Beck looks so comfortable in that Shannon Dawson offense. They're incredible. Ohio State is my number 1 team. I'm going to do a film study on them very soon. I was watching Nick Saban break down what they're doing on defense. What they're doing defensively is not normal at the collegiate level. To just split the field and have that Matt Patricia, dude. Incredible.
He's getting the best out of Caleb Downs.
Yeah, he is. I think
3 positions.
Dude, thank you. I feel like, Ruben Brain deserves all of the attention in the world that he's getting, but the things that Caleb Downs is doing week in, week out, people fear him. They 100% fear him. So I like Ohio State first. That hurricane train, I think they're interchangeable 1 or 2. Indiana. Kirk Cincinnati is just on this villain arch. And I was with you. I was like, will they have a sophomore slump? I figured Rhett Lashley and company will have a sophomore slump. And I say that, and they're 4-2 right now. Wasn't sure what Arizona State will do this year, but Indiana looks damn good. Texas A&M, they're just stacking up wins. and they can win like 3 or 4 different ways. That's when I think you have a good team, because it's not just a blowout win or the offense plays great like we saw at South Bend. They had ugly, gritty games, and they've been able to find a way to win. I think Marcel Reed is truly growing, and that Colin Klein system like them a lot. Texas Tech, dude, I'm with you 100% with Texas Tech, bro. They play. They're great on offense. And they've been, since McGuire's been there, they've been able to put points on the board, but they have not. Last year we saw Baylor hung 59 on them. To me, it's they play as one unit. It's almost like when you first day of practice and you're doing your installs, right? And you're trying to show what the run fits are, and you literally have everybody walk. If the flow of the play is going this way, you walk to your run fits. And this is what I'm seeing on screen. They're literally walking and of course running to their run fits, and it's outstanding. It's outstanding. So I love that pick in Texas Tech. And Ole Miss is right there on the outside looking in. Bama is trending in the right direction. I think Ty Simpson has some Heisman worthy plays. That 4th and 8, he got the 15-yard strike on the 4th and 8 was.
Dude, some of the throws he's this year, some of the best throws I've seen in college football. And Drew Mestamaker is making some of the best plays I've seen. That boy can sling the rock.
Yeah, it's crazy because looking back on it, I remember you and I were both like, yo, Ty Simpson is like the MVP of the spring season. Like, and to see it and to think about what happened August 30th with Florida State when they just completely SHIT to bed versus what they're doing now. And it's incredible. Like that game, they refused to lose, bro. They refused to lose against Missouri. And Missouri only had the ball, 21 minutes that game? So yeah, I believe those are the best 5 teams. How you feel about Georgia? How you feel about Auburn? I have an Auburn question for you right now.
I'm just clapping. Sorry. I was just doing the Kirby Smart clap. Sorry. You know, come on, man. Come on, bro. They want Georgia in the playoffs so goddamn bad that they will do anything they possibly can to keep them there. It's a money thing, whatever. But I got more faith in Alabama than I do in Georgia this year.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. Ryan Williams is to figure it the fuck out. You can't come out here and saying that this is my problem. The dude who doesn't talk is a grown-ass man.
For sure.
That just bent his back in half, folded his ass like an accordion, was out there playing again last week. This guy chips his nail polish, bro, when he's out for a game and a half.
Right.
Like, you can't come out beginning of the season and say they haven't even seen all of Ryan Williams and wait till it happens this year and become Homer Simpson meme, bro.
Yep, he's straight into the bushes, man.
Like, bro, come on. You got 2 guys on your team that get targeted more per game.
Yeah.
On and Germani Bernard out targeting you the last 2 weeks. Like, come on. Take that touchdown away 2 weeks ago. You're pedestrian.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been very pedestrian this year. AJ McCarron called him out, and it was like one of those things you didn't want to see, and you seen it. It's just like, he's got to bulk up in the offseason.
He can't play between hash marks, bro.
Yeah. He's got to change his mentality. He's got to change it.
When I talk about but when I talk about Texas Tech, as far as why I have them ahead of A&M and Ole Miss, and I think that they're more of a threat in this playoff, is they don't hinder on the health of Baron Morton because he keeps feeling out, and Will Hammond came in and they were better
twice.
It doesn't skip a beat. They just keep putting coal to the fire, and the train just keeps on moving. Again, we talked about it in the green. That front 7, they all have individual jobs, and they're damn good at their job. And they know how to get Skylar Hill, David Bailey on that line, dumb, right? And then we talked about Romello Heights coming over. Did he come over from Georgia Tech?
Was Height from? What's it?
I think he came over from Georgia Tech, dude. I might be.
You know what? I think you're right. Let me see where he came from.
And
I remember they spent a lot of money.
Just a absolute.
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
That's funny. Missile, bro. And this kid just gets after the ball, can drop back in coverage. They are the complete package. Hey, you could say whatever you want. Ohio State spent $20 million last year. Guess what? Texas Tech did this year, and they're gonna do. They quietly have 2 running backs that are averaging over 5.5 yards per carry. They quietly have a full-blown wide receiver room. I think they all have over 20 receptions. They're all averaging over 12 yards per reception. They've all found the end zone. They have 2 tight ends who not only can pass protect, can get out there and chip and catch the ball. They are a complete team, and nobody is really talking about them because Unfortunately, every team in Texas is good right now. Yes,
Yeah.
the Longhorns.
Yeah.
They handed John Mateer his freaking thumb. Sorry, bro. We
I
you
know.
know what I mean?
I when I saw Texas and I was watching that game, I instantly thought about you because you've been on it. You've been on this John Mateer thing for a long time, for a very long time.
I was
So
the
yeah,
odd man out.
yeah, you were 100%.
But I don't know, man. Like, and I'll tell you one thing.
Mhm.
I told you about that kid Eric Morris. North.
Yes, you did.
Hey, ready?
Mhm.
I saw a funny thing. He recruited Cam Ward as a 0-star, right? Brought him to Washington State. When Cam Ward got drafted, who was in the front row with him? Eric Norris. Got the hug, tapped him on the head.
Right.
Kept crying. Cam Ward started crying.
Mhm.
He brought John Mateer
Mhm.
to Washington State.
Mhm.
Who was the OC for Patrick Mahomes in Texas Tech? Oh, Eric Morris.
Right.
Oh, you
right,
don't say,
right.
Jolly Roger.
Right.
Oh,
Wow.
this guy is
I like
legit,
that.
and he knows how to
Mhm.
coach
Mhm.
ball. And now,
Mhm.
Drew Mestamaker,
Mhm.
no recruit kid, couldn't find a star near his name for a mile.
Mhm.
Yes, he just threw his first 3 interceptions against USF, but for 3.5 quarters, they were in that damn game.
And that's what frustrated me. The people who scoreboard watch not gonna realize that game that close, but the fumble, the muff pump,
Yes.
that did them.
That
man.
was it. That was a turning point.
It
They
did,
were
it
in
did.
that game. They were going blow for blow. Apollo, Rocky.
Don't count North Texas out. That's all I'm gonna say. Because
if one of these teams slip up,
Mhm.
one of these teams like Memphis, USF,
Yeah,
catching L.
we get Memphis USF this weekend, don't we? We are not worthy.
Is it this weekend?
I think it's this weekend.
I
We
thought
are
it was.
not
I
worthy.
thought it was.
Or was it next weekend?
I think it's next weekend. Hold
Is
on.
it next weekend?
Yeah, UTSA against North Texas. It's 2 weekends from now. Yeah.
Yeah, we are not worthy. So yeah, USF don't play Memphis this weekend.
No, they play. No, because
Not
USF.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, USF. No, it's in a couple weeks.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, so we got a
Memphis
game.
plays UAB.
Memphis plays UAB. Okay, we got
Put
two.
your house on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everything in your bank account, you can put on the money line there. So 2 outstanding games this weekend. We got Ole Miss, team from Oxford, traveling to Athens to play Georgia. Both of these teams, we've seen high moments, we've seen low moments. Not the lowest of lows for both of these programs yet, but just things that we would like to see both of these programs improve upon. How you feeling about this game? Who are some of the players to watch, in your opinion?
Don't be cute.
Mhm.
Don't take this game to be the game that you decide that you want to bring back Austin Simmons.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Don't be fucking cute, Lane. Because I think you should. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're rolling. Yes, he had a pretty bad game against Washington State, but he figured it out down the stretch when you needed him to figure it out. For me, the key to this game is going to be CJ Allen, Raylan Wilson for the Bulldogs, the linebacker core against Quan Lacey. Because
Lacey's real deal.
I think he's the heartbeat of this offense. And I said it a few weeks ago. Like, this is the type of back that Ole Miss has been looking for a few years. Like, this is what they had in Judkins, right? But Judkins got pissed off and decided to leave. Last year, they went and got 3, even 4 guys that they thought were going to be able to fill that role, but they were all pass catchers. Quan Lacey can do both. And I feel like he is the heartbeat of this offense. I think he kind of greases the hand for Chambliss. And once Lacey gets going, Chambliss feels comfortable knowing that, okay, now I don't have to be everything. And Lacey, it all moves through him. And now he's a factor that has to be accounted for right off the rip. I think that game last week for Georgia clenched their asshole up real fucking tight.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that they're out. I think that their backs are still up against the wall. I'm going to come out here and say that I don't know. I just don't know. That front line is stupid. Okay. Eccles, Harris, I always mess his name up. Manola, even Frank, they are tackle for loss sack machines.
That's the underrated part about them.
Yes, and Gunnar Stockton is not your, hey, I can just air the ball out and win it with my arm.
No.
I think that we're going to see what New England Patriots did to Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to cut the ends off. We're going to make you stay in the pocket.
And the Falcons.
and we're gonna make. See, the problem is, KT, is now it's on film.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you guys need to adjust to it. Make the adjustment.
We need a number one wide receiver. These dudes can't create separation. Other than Khalil Shakir, you can't rely on tight ends to win every game.
I think Josh Palmer getting hurt you immensely. He's his field stretcher.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Ole Miss's front line, their front four, I just don't know if. See, so it's a battle of the physical running aspect of what Georgia does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Against get after the ball, get in the backfield, and wreak havoc for Ole Miss. The problem is I honestly think that Ole Miss is a little bit better at what they do than what Georgia does. Yes, that running back room is good, but I don't know if I in a game like this, and I don't think I would have said this, 3 weeks ago, maybe. I think I kind of trust Shambles more in this style of game than I do Gunnar Stockton. Because I don't think he's a one-trick pony. He's a dude that we saw. You don't win Heismans for no reason. I don't care if it's at D2 level, JUCO level, high school level. You don't win awards like that without having the talent, all-around talent to do it. I think he's a more talented kid than Gunnar Stockton. And I think when you start chopping up these impact players, I don't think Georgia has the edge like they normally would in previous years. And I think Lane's in his bag when it comes to coaching. Look what he's doing for this kid, Shambles kid. Like, we look at, I talk about all the time, staying out of your way like Mario Cristobal. Don't be like Mario Cristobal and make coaching mistakes. As much as we hate Brian Kelly, I don't think Brian Kelly has made any coaching mistakes to make LSU lose. Eli Drinkwitz made a coaching mistake in the fourth quarter and lost that game, right? I don't know that Lane Kiffin's made those mistakes this year.
No, he's been a different coach since his dad passed away. He's been like
he's more dialed in. I'm confident in saying that if this game had happened last year, I think Ole Miss would have lost to Washington State last year.
Yeah.
So I feel like Lane's kind of more seasoned, kind of put the blue blockers on and cut out all the shit. But I think the way this team is built, yes, they had a struggle game, but they didn't fold like they normally would.
No,
they found a way to win. And we found a way to win. I think that they're going to be able to go. I think the game's in Athens, correct?
Yeah, it's in Athens.
I think they go into Athens, and I think they come out there with a W. And I think now we start to see Georgia start. They've been able to hang for a little bit. I think with this loss, even though it's against a ranked team in the SEC, I think that'll drop them a little bit farther down the ranks.
I think when we looked at Ole Miss last year, we think about that Kentucky loss. They had no business losing to Kentucky. We think about the Florida loss. They had no business losing to Florida. In retrospect, one of the games a lot of people forgot about is what they did to Georgia last year. I mean, they beat the brakes off of Georgia last year. Carson Beck was like Flavor Flav running for your life that entire game. I think the thing that impressed me with the Ole Miss game that I seen was their tempo. They have a different, when they want to go turbo, like we remember Whit Weeks, like literally
throwing up. What did Lane Kiffin say? What happened to him? Tempo, baby.
Tempo. So I think that's what you're going to see a lot. And I think also what changed Ole Miss is that the green dot. So even when you're in a tough environment, you're trying to get all of your signs in. Talk to your quarterback.
It still cuts off, though.
Yeah. It cuts off with
10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Yeah, 15 seconds left. Flavor Flav. Yeah. It still cuts off, but I believe that this Georgia defense isn't as dominant as it once was.
I said to you,
in the top 25. What
did I say to you in week 1, KT?
What's that?
Do you see a first-round pick out of Georgia?
No, you did say that. You said that prior to the season started. You absolutely did say that. And it was a great question, but I always felt like it was what Phil Parker do. Right. They just be able to develop and get people to play their system. But yeah, I agree with you there that number 26 in the country in defense, their passing defense, they're like 60th in the country right now. And at this tempo that they're going to play at, I think they're going to come in with a lot of confidence. And yes, I got them just finding a way to win this game. I think we're seeing Lane Kiffin in the arc that he's on right now. I'm not sure if Oxford will be able to keep him. I just don't. I don't think they'll be able to keep him. So we got another outstanding game in South Bend.
I think this is Georgia allows less than 100 yards a game, right? On the ground.
On the ground, yes.
I want to say
yes.
it's like 94,
98.
95.
I think it's 98. Yeah.
I think that they taste their own medicine and they get like $1.40 or something on it.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, 91. You're right. It was 91, which is 17th in the country.
If they only allow 20, they're 17 points a game. Like, their defense is good, but
passing defense is not.
No. And you have a kid that's able to spread the pocket, and you have to account for it. If you try playing single high safety, he's going to kill you. You can't do it.
And you can't turn your back to him. So if you don't dedicate a spot to him, we're going to go pick up first downs all day. And they got wide receivers who can get separation.
That's what I'm saying. They got wide receivers that can get it done. So it's going to be interesting because Wallace III, they really wish he was in Penn State. I bet you that.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know, he came to Ole Miss, and he's I believe he's their best wide receiver. And then
statistically, he's their best wide receiver. Yeah.
Daquan Wright has emerged, bro. We heard about everything. Was he from Virginia Tech, right? I thought we heard about him. Supposed to be like a great tight end. Was he at Virginia Tech?
Yeah. What? Oh, was that the Daquan Felton? Let me see.
I could be, bro. I thought Daquan. Yeah, Virginia Tech.
It was Virginia Tech. Okay. All right.
And he was supposed to be a dude there, big body dude. I mean, he's the guy you see with all the dreads hanging out.
Right.
I love it. I think. Year after year,
these teams just lose all of this talent, and we saw what Cater Prescorn was able to do in this system.
That's what I'm saying. They've been getting tight ends for years now at Ole Miss.
Yeah, they have. Yep.
So,
I'm with you though. I think Ole Miss wins this game as well. We got an outstanding game in South Bend, and I thought I like seeing a pissed off Lincoln Riley this past weekend. You saw Sharon Moore's comments. Oh yeah, the only reason, and part of it is right. He was being honest in what he said. Only reason it sold out is because Michigan is in town. I've never seen Lincoln Riley look more pissed off in my life. Like he wanted the reporter ain't had nothing to do with it. She was just asking the question. He looked like he wanted to punch her. He was so pissed off. It was that moment I knew they was gonna handle business versus Michigan. How you feeling about this game, man?
I got a question for
you. Two Titans. Yep.
What has Sharon Moore done to Val opening his mouth?
Nothing. I don't think he knows that. I think somebody should probably give him a friendly reminder.
Give him a friendly reality.
The team actually looked best when he was on his 2-game suspension. With what's a guy named Boggy or however you say.
Bill Poggi.
Yeah, Boggy.
Yeah, Charlotte's own baby.
Yeah. So,
and usually you don't talk shit. And then not have a dominant season like
and they got out muscled this past weekend. That was the they out Michigan.
USC lost running back 1 and 2, and right. King Miller said, "Hold on, folks, hold my beer. I'm here to take over this game." Dude, he had like 7 explosive runs, dude.
Like
you couldn't stop the third string running back. Excuse me, Sharon, shut up. This dude, I hated this dude from the beginning. I told you he was riding along on the magical coattails of Jim Harbaugh, and he hasn't done a damn thing. And we've seen proof that games he's been out, they've looked better as a team.
Yeah,
right. You're going into South Bend, Lincoln Riley. You're 5-1. You actually have a decent defense for the first time in a very, very long time. And somehow, some way, you're being able to. You've lost 3 running backs. Wayman Jordan and Eli Sanders weren't the first 2. They lost one prior, and then Wayman Jordan became RB1 for them earlier in the year. And they continue to.
You've been right about Mekhi Lemon too. He was spectacular.
He's working his way into. He might give Jordan Tyson a run for wide receiver 1. Him 100%. And Denzel Boston, as much as I keep trying to put Denzel Boston on the picture, you see what he did last week? That boy got iron hands, bro.
Yeah.
If his hands are near the ball, it's coming in.
Yeah, like, he's catching it.
Good luck.
Yeah. He reminds me of, I think you said it too, Anquan Bolden.
Denzel Boston? 100%. Got that physical specimen to him. Go up and get any ball, ain't afraid of nothing. Can go across. Come. Take you want to hit me? We'll see who's feeling.
In person, he looks like a linebacker.
But he can boogie.
Yeah, he can. That's why I'm interested to see what he runs if he decides to run.
You look, USC's offense quietly is the second best in the country.
Yep.
almost over 550 yards per game. Jaden
Mhm.
Maivia looks
Whew,
dialed in, like
spectacular.
with 2 interceptions. I think he has all year.
Mhm.
With
Exactly. He did throw a bad one this past
yeah,
weekend.
but he
Mhm.
came right. Got amnesia. If
Yep.
we were looking at Jaden Maivia 2 years ago, you might have been looking at, what are we going to get? What's the next play going to be? Is he going to be able to forget that? Is he going to try to force it over the middle again? Nah.
Mhm.
Number 2 in the country in offense. Number 3 in the country in points per game, 45.5 points per game. I
Second in
don't know.
passing per game. These
I
dudes are
don't
crazy,
know.
bro.
I know Notre Dame has a top tier defense. I
Mhm. And
understand
CJ
that.
Carr's looked
And
outstanding.
CJ Carr's playing as one of the best
And
quarterbacks in the country.
hopefully Jalen's in here to still say that because he thinks I'm a CJ Carr hater. I
No,
promise you.
he's dialed in. Dude is
Yeah.
dialed in.
Yeah.
They have 2 of the best running backs in the country.
Mhm.
Price is quietly just cooking. They look like Penn State 2 years ago when it comes to the running back room.
Yeah. They
Okay.
do.
And Drew Aller 2
Mhm.
years ago, right?
Yep.
But for some reason, I don't believe in Notre Dame. I told you that from the
I
beginning of
mean,
the year.
yeah, me. I'm
If
surprised
they
this
get
year.
into a track meet
Oh yeah,
with
it favors
USC,
USC. It favors you, even in South Bend.
yeah, I don't think that they can hang.
Mm-hmm.
I do not think
Mm-hmm.
at all that if USC comes out and puts 7 on the board right off the rip, like right off the rip, gets possession, puts 7 up, I don't know if Notre Dame's ready for that. And I think the fact is USC could put 7 on the board in 4 plays.
Okay.
And you would have South Bend go silent.
Yep. I'm telling you, I don't know how you defend this team. This team is a few plays away from being undefeated. I don't think they're getting enough credit this year. I looked at this game. I instantly said, "Oh yeah, I'm going USC this game." I love what's being done with Jada Maivia, the wide receiver core. I like how Lincoln Riley. I'm not sure what he's done exactly. I gotta watch more film on USC, but I've been trying to wait to do their film study and study other teams since I've always told you I could just watch them and tell you what every
Yeah.
play that they're running. But he's doing something different this year. It's 100% different. Kind of like what you see Jake Spavital doing this year. Hey, we're going to find number one, no matter where he's at, no matter where we line him up at, the ball's going to find Trey's way. I feel like that's what's happening with Malachi Lemon for USC. I'm with USC as well. I just haven't seen enough from this Notre Dame defense, and that's supposed to be their wheelhouse. They're calling card.
Yeah. New
It
DC ain't got
hasn't
it
been.
locked in yet.
Nah, it hasn't.
I'll tell you something. This
Mike Denbrock has impressed me this year, though.
yes.
I didn't see this season coming with CJ Carr being able to pass the rock. The way he's been able to pass the rock.
They ain't gonna be able to keep him.
Yeah.
If Notre Dame makes the playoff and Carr continues to, I don't know if they're
Yeah.
gonna be able to keep him.
Nah, I don't think they'll be able to keep him or Mike Denbrock at this point.
This wide receiver room, Lemon, Lane, and Hines, for 2 freshmen, reminds me of Pittman, London, St. Brown. London,
Really?
Lane, go up and get the ball, play on the outside. I just eat, right? St. Brown,
grown man. I like that.
Malachi Lemon. Go and do your thing. And this Tanner Hines kid, Tanuk Hines, watch out for him. He's gonna be that dude for them in a year or 2.
Moving forward.
This kid was like, I think he was wide receiver 40 or 55, right around there. Malachi Tony, in the class. And
I see that all the time, and I never understood that vernacular. I just don't. But
yeah,
I
said that because he couldn't develop a quarterback. He's proving me wrong right now. Jaden Maivia, he's developing Jaden Maivia. For everything I thought Jaden Maivia had on negatives, I think Lincoln Riley's been able to erase that.
Yeah. But I hear a lot of people, but it's not just you and Boomer. Like I see it all the time. Like people just can't stand Lincoln Riley. I don't know if it started during his tenure in Norman. Bob Stoops was so beloved down there. I just never got it. I thought what he did with Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jalen Hurts is in the NFL without the year he spent with Lincoln Riley.
Brian knows.
What has he done as a coach?
Oh, as a coach, I would say I always heard that he was like the QB whisperer. So like that's why I think he's a fraud. Because I never said every quarterback that he got, he didn't have to develop. They all came already.
Nah, he had to develop Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was horrible before he got to Norman, and I mean horrible.
I don't know about horrible.
Well, he was making winning plays with his legs, but if you can ask him to throw a 10-yard out.
Is that the same thing he's doing now? So what did he really develop?
Yeah.
Though?
Well, the NFL is different. I mean, Josh
but
Allen
it's the same issues he's having in the NFL.
Josh Allen looked pedestrian, but I'm just saying, like, you can see it visually.
Yeah.
You saw what he looked like in Tuscaloosa, then what he would like I think he had a couple of 300-yard passing games
Yeah.
with Lincoln Riley, if I'm not mistaken. I'm look because I was watching because I was rooting for the kid, just how he handled himself with that Tua situation. Yeah, that's a but you're right. Jalen Hurts is certainly struggling right now. They just lost their last two games, didn't they? I'm a football casual. I mean NFL casual, so I truly
I
wouldn't
don't
know.
watch Sunday football. Just the
Yeah,
Patriots, just so I can
yeah,
be
yeah. That's
happy.
all I watched too. So yeah, he threw for game against Kansas State, threw for 395 yards, 316 yards. He had a 400-yard game. He wasn't doing that in Tuscaloosa. And
No.
fun fact, he had what? His last year as a starter, he never had over 200 yards passing, and he only had one and two in this entire time in Alabama. So yeah, yeah. Lincoln Riley will make a good offensive coordinator for recruiting purposes, but he doesn't and can't develop QBs.
I want
I
to see
don't
how
get that.
Maya Villa goes the rest of the year because all
Yeah.
the things that we saw, his
Mhm.
cadence, his happy feet,
Uh-huh.
the tight window throws. Maya Villa is making those this year.
Mhm.
I've seen quarterback development this year, and I've
Mhm.
been a predicate on Lincoln Riley can't develop
Right,
quarterbacks.
right, right. Yeah. Like I said, it's just one of those interesting things. Like I said, I hear people say it all the time. I just kind of never understood what it was rooted in. I see Riley was given a number one draft pick, and people give him credit for developing him. It's like the Celtics developed Tatum and Brown, if that makes sense. He was given
As
a
a
number
Caleb,
one.
Caleb.
I mean, I mean, he had to recruit to get him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all
Wait
of
a minute,
those
wait a minute,
quarterbacks
wait a
made.
minute, wait. This doesn't. There ain't no recruitment.
I mean, all of those quarterbacks made incremental improvements. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like I said, it's
Caleb
just
did
stuff. Yeah, in my opinion, yes, yes.
1 year, maybe. The next year wasn't any improvement. He regressed.
Yeah, the conference also got better. The talent that they had on the outside wasn't
I-
as good either.
yeah.
Um, yeah, but those guys, with or without Raleigh, except for Hurts. Okay, so who do you all deem as a great quarterback developer? I need to see the adverse now.
Hmm.
And I get it. I know people got tired of hearing him being a quarterback whisperer, and you think there would be many without the hype that USC quarterbacks get. I mean, you guys are asking valuable questions. Like I said, I respect everybody's opinion. I'm just trying to figure out like where did that start from, and I'm trying to hear a guy that's a great, outstanding quarterback developer, and I'm trying to hear you guys' mindset on why they're a great quarterback
I
developer.
can't think off the top of my head, but I
Yeah,
know
I mean, because
that
it's tough. It's tough to develop quarterbacks. It really is. I think you will see development.
that's what we'll start the next show with.
Yeah,
It's
I think that'll be an
our
outstanding.
top
Yeah,
quarterback development offensive
right,
coordinators or head
right.
coaches.
Yeah, that'll be outstanding. I know that there is one. He's at FAU now. He does a great job.
Yeah, Zach Kitley.
Yeah, Zach Kitley does a great job. What's the coordinator for the Redskins now? I
Oh,
can Cliff
Cliff
Kingsbury.
Kingsbury. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that we'll start the next show off with that. Nino, I truly appreciate your time. I know we ran a little bit over today. As I always like to say, there are no more victories. Heisman, who's your Heisman winner before we get out of here?
Ruben Bain.
Yo, I've been hearing that. I think Heather Dinich just said that as well. Ruben
Ruben
Bain?
Bain is my Heisman candidate right now because
Mhm.
I think all the quarterbacks are kind of
Yeah.
mishmash together.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
Caleb Downs is playing so many positions that the stats don't.
Stats don't fill
So
out.
when
Yep.
we look at it,
Mhm.
not us, but when the
Mhm.
committee looks at it, say, if you give me 10 guys, your top
Mhm.
10 guys in the Heisman vote,
Mhm.
Ruben Bain
Mhm.
is the most impactful player week in and week out.
He's a disruptor. I can't disagree with that.
He is if Jeffrey Simmons at
Mhm.
Mississippi State and
Mhm.
Kayvon Thibodeau at Oregon
Mhm.
had a incubated baby
Mhm.
for defensive purposes, that's Ruben Bain.
That's who Ruben Brain is. And I've been hearing that a lot. So I ain't mad at that at all. If Ty Simpson can continue to win, I liked him. And you guys know where I'm at with Sawyer Robinson. I just don't think they'll have enough wins at the end of the season.
Sawyer
Yeah,
Robinson, I don't go be in the conversation
uh,
because Baylor won't be in the playoff and they won't even
yeah,
be.
yeah. They won't have enough wins. Their defense is just god awful, bro. And that's supposed to be Dave Aranda's specialty, but they're terrible. defensively, but he's doing all the right things.
He is 100%. I think that he'll get himself. There's a possibility he gets himself in the bottom end of the first round.
You think so? Because I don't think people see it that way, man. You think Mendoza maybe up there for
right
Heisman
now?
as well?
Right now, the three guys that I'm looking at, it sucks because Gary Nussmeier is getting ran through the ringer because he's playing with an injury that does affect everything he does. It's a torso injury. You can't throw the deep ball. You can't throw the quick ball.
He has to put his cape on week in and week out, and it's not fair to the kid, man.
No,
because they can't run a ball to save their lives.
Not at all. Which I don't understand with Caden Durham, Hollenberry. Like you guys got 5-star talent, and you're not pushing the ball.
Just can't.
I think Sawyer Roberts again. When it all said and done, when he comes to the combine and the pro days, and they test out the numbers that he put up in his senior year,
because he's a legit 6'3", 6'4".
If it's not one, so right now I think Nussmeier still goes in the first round. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think the terrible season that he's had. I don't know if Cade Klubnik goes in the first round.
No,
I think he played himself out of the first round.
He did. He still got some season left, but I agree with you.
And then I don't know if Dante Moore comes out. I don't necessarily know if
we with Mendoza
comes out. Mendoza would be 2. So right now it would be
you go Nesta Mendoza,
Ty and Sawyer.
If you think Sellers comes out,
what's that?
You think Sellers comes out this year?
No fucking way. Bro, he ran 964 yards last week total and had 22 positive yards. Whoa. He ran 964 total yards last week total between going side to side, up, down, back, around, and tallied on the stat sheet 22 positive yards. They are struggling, to say the least.
There's not a chance in hell. Who's their coordinator? Is it Shula?
Mike Shula. Supposed to make it better.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. But all right, man, I know you gotta get out of here. You all take care.
Later.
Yes, sir. Today I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, aka Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir.
Good show, man.